What's up, party people, and welcome back to another episode of Dance Specific Talks. I'm T-zer.
What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a great day. I am Coach Sebastian, and today is a very, very, very special day. We have an absolute. When we talk about in 2025, the word legend gets thrown around quite often. So here we hear words as GOAT, greatest of all time, as it is something that that it's a normal thing. But when we're literally breaking down the word living legend, there are only a few people that are allowed to wear that crown. And today we are with somebody who is not only, I would like to argue, the world's first viral sensation when it comes to the Kizomba world, but also a fundamental pillar of how and why our community of the Afro-Latin dance scene is what it is today. T-zer, add in things, add in flowers. This man deserves all the
Yes,
flowers on the planet.
it's time. No, I've been wanting to have this amazing guest on the podcast for years, and now it's the perfect time for it. He was the first big artist that I saw in my traveling journey starting in 2014, and since then been on every kind of flyer and festival for more than a decade worldwide. We don't know how he's doing it, but give a round of applause for Albir
Whoop, whoop,
Rojas.
whoop, whoop, whoop. Big up.
How,
Um,
Albir, how are you feeling? How are you doing today?
I'm very good, very grateful for being with you both. Uh, uh, this energy is very nice from the first click on the okay, let's start this meeting. Very, very grateful for this opportunity. I have to say something. And I think it's very value to say that also when I started my journey with Kizomba is a lot of like a big thank you to Sara Lopez,
Mm.
because from with her we create this journey that I'm still on, no?
Yeah.
And is for me is uh it's an honor to say, yeah, I started with Sara Lopez and with this video of, that went viral with the Now Me Toca. And I have to say, yeah, we started the journey. And actually, she was in the video. I was not there. I mean, people remember like, oh, and it happens to me once that I started Kizomba with this video of this blonded woman. She's gorgeous, and she was dancing this dance. I'm like, yeah. I was in the video with her. I was her dance partner. It's like, you were there?
There was someone else. There were two people.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's very important
Oh,
for me to say this, that Sara Lopez as well, we started both this journey
Yeah,
that I'm still there, she's in her path, but it's an honor to work. It was an honor to work with her and to, build all of this.
mm.
Yeah.
It's
beautiful.
interesting also because I remember seeing you at Feelings Kizomba Festival in Spain in Madrid 2015. Um, and I remember you doing the swap of partners to Sara Panero at that time.
Mhm.
And it was like a huge, like people were emotional, like you and your partnerships have somehow touched a lot of people along the way, and the stories you have told with different shows. Like it's been everything from robot futuristic to ballet to blindfolded to like it's been
Yeah, yeah.
it creatively
A true artist.
a true
Wow.
journey to be a witness of. And yeah, it's really hard to stay relevant. I mean, we see it in music industry, but especially in dancing, which is such a young art discipline. It's hard to stay relevant for so many years. So before we get further into your ongoing project, what would you say is one of the things that have made you stay relevant for all these years?
Uh, First, the passion and the love for the dance, because I love to dance. I mean, the feeling that you have when you dance by yourself, in couple, when you have this connection with that elevation, divine light, when I think all of us have feel that at some point that you dance and everything just goes away and you are
Yeah.
so committed to that moment with the music and the way you want to express. I think that feeling, make you work more. Plus the evolution. As you said, with different partners, I learn different lessons. With Sara Lopez, we work and we learn something. With Sara Panero, we worked and we learned something. With Carola, with every single dance partner, the way not much just in the dance, but the way we need to communicate, to travel together, to live together is a relationship. So we need to build more than the dance because it's the energy that we are going also to give and to show to people, no? But I think the evolution, being aware of I need to grow because if I don't work, I will be expired, no? People they will say, no, this style or this the way you dance, it doesn't resonate anymore with us. So having the awareness of, yeah, new people are coming, I need to learn something from them. If they are very good or they want to share something, I will not say, no, 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 these people are, I don't like their style, or no, I like mine. No, that mindset of I'm going to learn from them as well, from the new generation. Well, new generation. At that time, now I passed through many new generations. Yeah. So it's very, healthy to say, okay, I'm going to learn from you, and then I'm going to use this information into my dance and to create something new every time, no? To grow with the whole scene I
Mm.
think is very, very important. Plus the love of the students. Love of the students, they were telling just little phrases like, thank you for helping me to start the journey, you changed my life, or
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be here in this festival and finally watching you live. All of these, feedbacks are very important to keep the motivation. So yeah, mainly this.
I love what you're saying because
Mm.
there are so many people that are feeling these things inside of them, and then they say at festivals, "It's like I don't want to bother him. I really
Mm,
wanted to say this, but I don't want to bother you." It's like you don't bother the artist or the teacher when you are sharing what you are feeling or expressing gratitude towards him.
mm,
And if the person is feeling bothered, then that's on them, right? I personally
mm,
believe that the biggest compliment anyone can ever give you is the fact you're like, you inspire me. I don't know what words are more powerful than those.
mm.
Mm.
Exactly. I agree totally with that. I agree
Mm.
totally with that.
And since you also are getting, you know, a lot of compliments and a lot of love, which is super important for us to keep feeling that what we're doing is worth
Mm,
it, you know, worth all the time. Because people don't see that the 95% is the alone travels for hours of flight, staying motivated, and when you maybe want to have a week at home and do your
yeah,
washing or like all these
exactly.
things that people don't see. You get just
Mm,
you just get the cherry on the top. How do
mm,
you manage to stay grounded and in this time? How do you recharge your energy and stay grounded as an artist through all of this, through a very hectic lifestyle?
mm. I believe that each one of us, we have a journey, and what we walked is very important. So every of us, yeah, each other, each other is the way to,
All of
yeah,
us, all of us.
All
all
of
of
us.
us
Yeah.
have passed through difficulties, no? And each of our problems is our problem, no? My problem is the biggest one. I have passed through many things in my life. They are more important than yours, but no. Each of our problems, our difficulties made us fall and rise up again, no? And to have a lesson from that problem, that bad thing that we passed, no? In my case, when I moved from Panama to here, it was difficult to be an immigrant and pass through many things, hunger. Then at some point you didn't have money. You were the weather for me cold. I'm from Panama. I never been in a cold
Never been cold in my
environment.
life.
Exactly, exactly. So all of these, uh, I be there are some people that they say never look back. But sometimes for me, it's good to look back and to say, oh, I'm proud of myself. No, you need to touch your shoulder and say, yeah, you're
Yeah.
doing good, no? And be proud of what you've been passed through, all of the challenges, all of the fall and rise again. And I think that's important to remember when you are in this point of, oh, people, this fame, let's call it, that is mainly product of the way you work, no? So I think this is one of the things that make me say, no, I love this. I'm not more than anyone. I'm in the same level, just that my work is different from others, and I have the opportunity to make people, be aware of some important things in their life to grow the same way I'm growing in my path. So to have those looks, back, to remember my family, to remember the challenges, the difficulties, it's worth it, as you said, to be here, no? It was
Mm.
hard,
That's a
still
great answer.
hard sometimes, but I'm here because what I have done, what I have, my decisions, the opportunities that I took, the ones that I didn't took. So yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting how we can look back, and I think I speak for all the three of us, but we are basically living our wildest dream. As
Mm,
kids, we could never have imagined how our life would have turned out to be, and we have exceeded every possible dream and expectations that we could have come up with at that time,
mm,
which is beautiful, such a
Yeah.
blessing. So I really feel you on this one. And I also want to commend you on this looking back. I am working myself on that right now of actually more looking, taking stops and like reevaluating and seeing what energies am I carrying, not just from where I come from, but from my lineage of my DNA. And I can just imagine also Panama, spirituality and everything that comes with the culture.
mm,
I feel like you are the essence of an energy worker, and you just
mm.
happen to do that in the dance floor, on the dance floor in your classes. And I want to talk to you a little bit more about energy. I know Sebastian is also interested in it. When we talk about energy and the connection that we have with each other when we're dancing, um, you are talking about a recharge happening, that you're
Mm.
not feeling drained after all these dances, but you also have a recharge. Can you talk to us a little bit more about how that looks like for you?
Yeah, there are many people that I'm a hugger. I love to hug. I love to hug. When you have these, well, my master, you know him, Cuenda Lima.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah,
Cuenda Lima. And he told me a very nice hug, like a proper hug, at least have to last 10 seconds. And you were like, 10 seconds is nothing, no? But then you say like 1, 2, 3, and you were like, it's too much. When you started, no?
You start to let
Even
go a bunch
three,
of times.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
5 seconds. But then you realize that that process is a healing, no? A healing energy that just with the hug you're sharing, and you exchange uh, the moment by using this hug. What I mean is that maybe when I come to that hug, I'm with a lot of energy. I pass through a very nice situation in the morning and I'm very excited. But that person that hugged me maybe started the day with, a very low energy. So when we get into this hug, that person is like, oh, nice. Everything is going to be fine.
Yeah.
And I'm using this energy to tell that person, yeah, everything is going to be fine. Everything is going to work. It's working now for me, even without words. It's working for me. It's going to work. Just be patient, no? But then that person saying thank you to me with that hug is the recharge, is the way that person is saying thank you. And I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling that as well. So my energy is not used in the way that I'm just going to give. But that person with that thank you is saying, is giving me back that
Yeah.
energy. So I'm not losing the energy, but staying and trying to be in a nice situation of balance.
Mm.
So it's not wasting energy, but but when one person just want that hug or that approach of dancing just to take, 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 and you feel it, and it's nice because that person maybe will need that, but you will say, yeah, it's enough because then I'm going to just
Here is where I stop, or I will be depleted of my own energy, right?
exactly.
But do you because we're talking about energies from an esoterical standpoint, right? Which it's obviously basically always is, but there is I know you spoke about a difference between almost like a sexual energy and a tantric
Mm,
energy, right? And
mm,
how do you navigate between those two? Because
mm,
that's what we are referring to right now. That's what it sounds like, right?
mm, mm. When you are in that moment, you will have emotions, and those emotions maybe you can get confused. And what
Yeah.
happens normally is if I dance and I have this amazing connection is, oh my God, I love this person. I'm in love. This person is the love of my life. I want to be with this person
Bro, that happens to
forever.
me also. Bro, that happens to me also. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. It happens to me as well. It happens to me as well. I can't lie. I can't lie. I thought I was the only one.
Yeah, and yeah, it's beautiful to feel that love, But it's that moment. I mean, that's one part of the essence of that person, that connection, the way it's sharing. But I would like to understand more aspects of the life of this person. Now, more about the couple love, more about the family love, how that person runs into its life, their life. So it's more than that moment that I need to understand to fall in love of that person. So sometimes we confuse that as well into, oh my God, in a sexual way, this can be amazing. And I have to be honest, I experienced that. And then we get confused about, oh, it's going to be so nice. But even though you felt this, you don't go, let's go into not the sexual one, but into the, okay, let's try to continue to work on this energy, no? Imagine you finish the dance and you are going to have a coffee to talk with that person. And then you start talking and you understand that there is nothing in common with that person.
Mm.
Mm.
Nothing in common. The way you
Mhm.
talk, the way you express, you're like, no, true. I was in the dance. We have a great connection in the dance. but it's not coming out of that position. So sometimes, not normally, we get confused and as we have these emotions, oh, I need this, I feel good with this person, I feel safe with this person. Sometimes we translate it to a different type of energy. And because of that moment, and because it's kind of easier to get in that connection with that person, you transfer that to, okay, let's work with this animal instinct. Let's burn the animal instinct. Let's go into that physical part. But when you finish, you just got the physical energy. You didn't go deeper than that. So that's what we can control when we are dancing. Be aware and be in the present moment, saying, yeah, I'm going to enjoy of this connection, but it's not physical. Physical is, okay, let's explore this. We will see what happened later, but let's leave this moment. After we
Mm.
will see. After we will
Mm.
see. So the control of, I mean, you can let go if you have the right path.
Mm.
And for me, the right path is in the tantric way where I'm going to enjoy the moment, I'm going to be present. After that, if we can have a coffee and try to explore more, let's do it. If it's a nice conversation, let's have another dance, no? Let's go more intimate in that process. After that dance, oh, let's have a dinner together. And then you go, but I'm not just saying that it can be a female male. I can have a group because now there are women dancing together, there are men dancing together, and it doesn't have to be a sexual approach, but a human approach of, okay, let's work more on this relationship. And I
Mm.
have danced with some guys that the guy, when we finish maybe 3, 4 songs, and he's like, oh, thank you very much. I'm like, bro, don't finish. I want to keep dancing with you. I have this very nice connection in a human term, and I'm also aware that, okay, I I like women in an intimate way, in a partnership way. And a male, I like them, but to be friends, to have a brotherhood, not in a sexual way. So in that moment, I'm thinking, oh, it's a great connection. I have a self-confidence, and I will explore this, in a human way, not in a sexual way, even with a male partner. So for me, it's clear that is being in the present moment, explore that energy. After we will see what happened. This is
Mm.
the starting point of, but being aware that it's not sexual. It's not sexual.
Mm. For me, I will put the term storytelling in there because I really feel like we are exchanging stories when we are dancing with each other. And that story is depending on, as you say, the
Mm,
energy you come in with that day, which music is playing, what kind of energy is it going? Are we going into this because we are like in battle war and we
mm,
kind of want to play around with beats, or are we going into this because suddenly the song switches and it becomes like way more vulnerable? I have had moments where I feel like somebody's telling me their life story
Wow.
mm,
just in one dance. And that comes from what intention you have when you embrace somebody. And I just kind of want to taste this word of embrace because it's such a beautiful word. If you come in to embrace someone, you're not coming in with the intention of show me, tell
mm,
me what you can give me, impress me. No,
mm,
I'm embracing you with everything I have right now in this moment, and we are going to tell each other those stories. And
mm,
whether or not that is a that is a playful, flirty story, or if that is a let's go deep, or if that is a let's go, we can kill
Mm.
this. Whatever story that is, we're getting into it. And let's talk more about embrace. Embrace, embrace, embrace.
Beautiful.
The the reason I reached out this time around was definitely to hear more about your upcoming project. Me and Sebastian have had several episodes that we are talking about an unsafe scene and what to do about it. And we've been scratching our heads, we've been having people commenting like, but it just goes as far as talking. It's hard to come up with creative solutions about
Mm.
what to do when the scene feels unsafe. We cannot always just look at the organizers. We are a part of this community, and I do feel like you have to make our scene safer. So why don't you talk to us a little bit? Why did you want to start the Embrace Tribe? What does it mean for you? And kind of why do you feel it's time right now to have the Embrace Tribe out in the world?
Yeah, as you said, there are many situations that, we, in general, male, female, we're complaining about it's not a safe, completely safe scene. And there are many problems, many conversations, arguing about this topic. And it's important not just not to complain or talk about this, but to listen, no? To listen and to understand what is happening. We have our opinion normally, and we are like, oh, we need to give our opinion, we need to talk about this, but we need to stop, as you said before, and listen what is happening, no? As a man, some uh, women are complaining they don't feel safe in this environment because the men are taking advantage of the situation, and it's true. When I to start in a let's call it in the real life, no, outside the dance scene, for me it's complicated to talk with a woman, in this to that person. You need to be brave. I was not brave enough. But when I discovered that the phrase, "Would you like to dance with me?" allows me to go into that privacy space of the other person, no? But in my consciousness, that person is allowing me to get into the vulnerability of that person, to that privacy. So I need to respect, and I will feel respected as well by that person. There are people that they don't understand that. Yeah, so when we started thinking what we can do, we say, okay, let's go from the dance floor. No, let's see what happened in the dance floor, and let's try to be concentrating in the positive way, what we can start working on with. And we said there are so many people that they finish a dance and they're like, oh my God, this dance was beautiful. I was dancing in clouds. I feel that the energy was just flowing. It was so easy. I danced for 3 hours and it felt like it was 15 minutes. And then we're like, this is the energy. This is the vibe that we should have, no? And it's like, okay, there are people that they are aware of this. What will happen if we get all together and create something from these people that can heal in some way the people that they are dancing with in a natural way? Because if they come with this embrace energy, let's have a very beautiful dance and not thinking about that physical part. How can we develop this, no? So they are natural healers that they know that they can heal people, and there are natural healers that they still don't know they have this power to heal people. So let's make a group of healers, no? And let's try to make it bigger and bigger. We are going to start with 5 healers. Good. That's the point. We are going to start to bring awareness on how can we create this safe space. And then there are going to be 10, then there are going to be 15. And I believe truly that there are more people around, that they will love to dance every time with this energy. And they can bring this healing process in the dance floor, in the festivals, in the weekenders. So the Embrace Tribe as well started with the other parties. Oh, let's make a group like taxi dancers. Like, no, taxi dancers is not the right approach. No, the purpose of a taxi dancer, as I know, is let's dance for the whole group for 1 hour, and just be more people dancing in a good way, the dance floor, more leaders, male leaders, or as well now on female leaders, so they can dance with more people. But I was like, no, that's not the right approach. No, let's be healers, healers, healers. Let's them work in the natural way, but using that energy to create more awareness in the people, that it can be possible to dance in a safe way. So we started the process of, oh, okay, let's create this group. Let's try to bring more people together to have this energy, and that's the way we started. Yeah,
Yeah, it's more of a wellness team rather than a taxi team. Some
exactly.
people that can come in on a festival that can be a safe person, safe ambassadors, and actually, in my opinion, also raise the level of the event. Because if an organizer have the right intentions, these are the kind of people you want to have in your event. Because as an organizer, you cannot be everywhere to make sure people have a good time where they feel safe. It's impossible. So I feel like this is a very good initiative in taking those right steps to fix it in a we're not gonna gossip about predators every time. We are going to add people with the right energy so that the ones that don't have less space. And you're mentioning that you're now seeking out these people. Is it open for anyone that maybe are interested? Maybe they feel they have more of this ambition or healing energies. Maybe they don't know that they are yet. Like, is this an open application worldwide, or how can people get in touch?
Yeah, exactly. It's open for people that they want to go into this path and they want to learn more. So in the Embrace Tribe, there are 2 lines of people that are going to work there. And they are explorers that they want to explore how it goes, uh, how the energy can be moved in this way. So we will have for them meetings, podcasts, live sessions, musicality session, because also it's very important for us in the project to be to use the music as the main language for
Mm,
both,
yeah.
because it's amazing. We speak different language. I mean, you speak Dutch
Swedish,
and
Dutch, English.
Swedish, Dutch.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sebastian, your mother language is
Swedish and Creole.
Swe-
Now I live in the Cape Verde Islands.
yeah, mine is Spanish. But we find the way to communicate. Imagine we don't have English. That is the main language now for us. But in the dance, the main language will be the music. The music will
Mm,
bring us different emotions, but those emotions can be balanced between these two persons. The interpretation, the way we feel, we can feel more soft, we can be more active, more dynamic. As you say, let's kill it on the dance floor. So the music is, oh, you feel this, I'm feeling you, let's go. Or I'm feeling you, let's go. No? So the music brings this awareness, how we are going to talk, how we are going to have a conversation, not just one monologue. No, I'm going to talk, 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 talk. No, as a leader, also, I will open the space followers to bring sentence, to bring a whole communication, a whole beautiful combination of words, and I will listen to that as well. So the explorers will learn as well more about the musical aspect, not about just the patterns, the count that is important, but about the interpretation, the way you can feel the music. And then we have the healers, the natural healers, that also we are going to bring more tools for them, to bring more awareness in their own experiences, in the way they are going to learn how to heal in the better way and how to recharge as well in a better way, being a little bit generic. So we are going to create as well for both conversations, this podcast that I said before, with professionals, psychologists, mindful coaches, spiritual coaches as well, and create a space that would allow them to understand how they can work with all of this information and all of these tools in the dance scenes. So they are going to make bigger the awareness of how they can heal, but also how can they heal themselves, because it's also a personal path, no? Because you will find that, oh, at some point, this is not, I can do it in a different point of view, in a different approach. I will also learn how to heal myself.
That's so powerful what you're sharing. But how did you get into this space, Albir? Because if I'm looking at Kizomba, looking outward, since I'm not directly a part of that, the urban Kizomba community, it started obviously as a traditional dance, and then it went into urban Kiz, which is more, I want to say, hip hop focused, perhaps, or like very big influences of hip hop and battles and like hard, that energy. And then there were a moment in your life where you say, "Oh, but I actually want to do more healing." So I don't want to use the word softer, but like in a sense, it is, right. Like it's the battle energy, and then there is the more healing energy. What made you do that switch, or what was that? What happened?
I like both. I like both. I
I
need
know,
Me
to.
because
too.
all of us,
Yeah.
because we are three hip hop people, but three
Yeah.
people that are also very spiritual and healing. So, what made you fill out that void, perhaps?
Uh, when you when we were training by ourselves, no, I think all of us experience the frustration of being stuck at some point, right? We've been in the mirror, music, very nice music playing, but in here you are like, I cannot train. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. And then you need by yourself, you need to find some tools to talk to yourself, that inner voice that say, no, I'm going to quit. This is not my stuff. I cannot go further than this. But then and sometimes it comes tears in your eyes, but in that, you know, moment alone. And then you need to talk to yourself and say, no, I need to continue. I cannot stop. This is not, it's not going to be easy, but I will reach to my goal. And at some point we said that to ourselves, no? And I'm like, click, yeah, it's not just me that is going through this process, no? There are more people that they are going through this process, and I can help. As a teacher, I have the responsibility as well to help people, not just to dance, but to dance from the heart. Not just in the, oh, I learned steps, but it has many layers of how I'm going to practice, how I'm going to be frustrated, how I'm going to be stuck, how I'm going to raise back, no, how I'm going to keep going. So as this process, at some point, obviously, I had some help, and we need to understand that we cannot work the whole time alone. So you use these helps, these hands from people, and you say, I can help as well other people, no? So starting to learn about energy, spirituality, tantra, it helps you to heal. And when you understand that you can heal, and it's part of the life to have very good moments, and very not good moments. It's about life. And to help people and to be that hand in the dance scene when people fall and say, no, let's go. It's part of the process. Just take out the dust and keep walking. Keep walking. You can. This is life. So it brought the, oh, I can help, but I need to learn more. I cannot just say, no, let's go up. No, let's have, okay, let's do this exercise. Let's do breath work. Let's do meditation. Let's keep in good shape. Let's try to eat healthier. Let's try to listen. There are many tools that are going to help in that process. But we say, no, we just dance and that's it. I want to have a moment of, environment, a good environment, fun. But if to dance is more than that, I believe it's more than that. So, and then having the help of masters as Cuenda Lima that taught me a lot, no? And he's so clever, so intelligent that he tell you something now, and after 2 years, then he's like, oh, now I understand. I understand now what he was saying before.
True master. True master.
Yeah. It's like, it takes time, no? For me, it took a long time, but it can take longer or less. Maybe some people will understand in 1 year, but it's the process. So as a dancer, I love to do steps, but meaningful steps, meaningful movements. I can use my breath to, to go, to recharge, to let go. Okay, let's start from that position. And it happens to ourselves in a solo dance. It happens. We can create this awareness in a couple dance. And imagine if this couple dance get connected with all the couples in the dance floor, it's going to be beautiful
Magic.
to dance in
Yeah.
one space full of this energy. Is going to be amazing. Like when we do choreographies and we are on stage and everyone is connected, oh my God.
It's the best
People
feeling in the
outside,
world.
just
Yeah.
even if you do boom with the music, people's like, oh, and you're like, yeah, exactly.
People go
Because,
crazy.
yeah, they went further than just the movement,
Yeah.
but not the vibe, the to be strong all together. That's totally different.
But this is like, I feel like this is so inspiring because if, again, you have people that you have been taught from, and people are seeing you as a sensei as well. And this is you passing on and saying, we can all do this. It's not just me. I'm not gatekeeping this knowledge. I want to share it because if I get to dance in a more magical dance scene, we're all gonna last longer and we won't have people leaving. We will
Mm,
create a place that makes people feel better after coming
mm,
here. And so I feel that the Embrace Tribe and this two parts, the healers that will actively be out there and doing it, but also the explorers that, I mean, I feel myself like, who wouldn't like to take a program with leaders, coaches, self-development, workshops, all of this, and curated by you, the people that actually see you and get to feel dance with you or seeing you in your lessons, obviously we want to know where you get inspired from. So just the idea that you're gonna curate a program where you're gonna get to invite the people that inspire you to inspire others, I feel like that's already a massive step of like, we can do this and we're going to do it together, and you're going to keep learning together with all these people. It's not like you fully learned yourself. You're on this journey and we can all do it. So
Mm,
definitely, I want to salute you for taking this initiative. It's just in
mm,
the starting phase,
mm,
but it's wow. Like, I personally feel like I've been waiting for something like this, and who
I
else to
love
do
it.
it? Like, who else to do it? I feel like you, Albir, have this position, you have this platform, and we talked a little bit about before, it is scary to kind of step out
mm,
there and maybe quote unquote kind of rebranding a little bit or making certain parts of your brand
mm,
stronger. Because I mean, I feel like for the Kizomba people, we have seen you with the meditation necklace around your hand for a lot of years. We kind of know that you are a spiritual person, but I feel like it has been quote unquote saved for the people who are
mm,
just in class or people who get the chance to stand in
mm,
line and dance with you. And this would be a potential way for us to get to know that other side of Albir in a broader spectrum. So yeah, thank you for letting people in and
mm,
to say I'm opening my doors for this journey.
mm. Thank you. Thank you for.
Mm.
I also want to highlight something. Sorry for interrupting you, Albert.
Yeah, go.
I also want to highlight something of what you said, because I think it comes with a responsibility, and I love the fact that what you're saying is like, oh, but I think I can heal people. It's like, okay, yeah, but then I believe it's almost irresponsible to take someone up and saying, "Oh no, but come, stand up." And it's like, "Okay, but I just fell." It's like, "Yeah, but stand up." And
Mm.
then, okay, but where do I go from here? I don't know. That's on you. It's like, no, because what you're saying is that, okay, I know I can help people to stand up, but how do I help them to walk? And
Mm,
that is, oh, okay, I need to work. I need to do my internal research. I need to learn about breath work. I need to go and be a student once again so I can mentor people to go further. And I think that is so important, not only when it comes to spirituality, but also to when it comes to our dancing, right? Because there are so many people that is, oh, but I can take 4 steps to the left and 4 steps to the right. Voila, I'm a bachata teacher. They're like, no, but there are so but there are these fundamental work that has to be done for
mm,
oneself in order to carry this on. So
mm.
once again, to give extra flowers of what you're doing, and I think it's absolutely amazing, brother.
Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate these words because it's scary. It's scary. This what we I was saying before. Quenda told me in the feeling, but I think feeling is a Kizomba festival that years ago had a lot of people. And when we were in the class as a teachers, there were 300, 400 students at that time. They were full. And Quenda told me, Albir, you have a responsibility of what you are saying, the information you are giving. You have the power of communication, and people are going to listen. They sit down to listen to you. You have a very big power. So be responsible with this. But also, you feel something inside that you want to share. When you decide to take the step to share really what is in your heart, you will lose people. Maybe you will lose more than half of the people. And from one room of 300, maybe 250, they are going to leave the room. It's going to hurt. But be happy of those 50 that they stayed, because those are the ones who really want to listen and to follow you and create those roots with you. He told me that back then, and I passed through that process, and it hurts. When I was speaking, and the first class was slow motion, no? And the slow motion, in a technical way, have the technique of being patient, the transfer of the weight, the axis. And I was like, slow motion also can be part of the life, to slow down, listen to yourself, stop, 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 and then recharge, make that inner vision of yourself, what happened, try to get the tools, let's try to work on, let's keep working. So when I understood that this slow motion can also be part of the life, I took the decision, okay, let's do a class of slow motion, deeper. Woo, people, they left. They left. But those ones who stayed, I was like, okay, now I understand. But I'm understanding the same words now. It's scary to be in many festivals every weekend. But now people are going to say, oh, Albir, he's a dancer, yeah, but he stopped doing steps. He went into this tralala world, and this spirituality and this stuff. We are not going to book him anymore. He's not going to be trending, with the flow of the new steps and everything, even though I love to these new steps as well, in a slower way, because sometimes it's very dynamic. But it's scary because maybe they are not going to hire anymore as they are hiring me now. I'm not going to go to festivals like this, but this is the decision, to work more on this, to recognize that, oh, what I feel, let's try to put it in the table so I can share. And in the table, all of us, we are going to try to make the puzzle being a good organization. Let's work with this. Even though in the table we are going to be 10, more people are going to come to make the puzzle be organized. So yeah, I believe in.
I also think that what you're touching on now is something we all have to go through, and it's fear, right? Fear is something that comes up when there's a change coming, and a transformation always hurts. Like how I always take this example of, like, in order for the tree to branch out, it needs to crack open to flower. Everything needs to, it's not a smooth sailing
Yeah.
thing. It needs destruction in order for new things to grow. And fear usually comes when you know that you're stepping into something you meant to do, or something that is in your path, but it's going to change things. And change is always scary. And the older we get, change is even more scary, because our biology likes to be in comfort zone. It likes to be in what it's used to. How, just a touch point of fear before we move on. What has fear symbolized in your life? Is that something you have, like, ooh, I see fear and I look it in the eyes and I overcome it? Or has fear been something you're kind of avoiding as much as possible? What kind of role has fear played in your life?
Wow, this is a deep question for me. Yeah, because uh, fear made me stop a lot of times and thinking about quitting, because at some point it was too much traveling, too much stress, too much sharing, and I was thinking it's enough. It's enough. I need to change something. So fears make me doubt many times, being honest. But when you were in that deep, 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 deep down position, I had a very beautiful lessons, no? I've been afraid as well to share with more people. Every time, not every time, but most of my life I've been alone, between quotes. Uh, my parents, they split. I didn't have the masculine figure at home. So So I was learning from different other spots. And then my mom was bringing me information that now I understood it was not me, it was her, no? Her fears passing through a child, in this case, me. So I was kind of her mirror to be different, but I was not prepared for that responsibility, for that change, no? And I didn't was aware of that till I was more alone in here in Spain, passing through, well, also in Panama. But in here was the main challenge, to come to Spain. When I say here is Spain, I moved there, I tried to make my dreams, but I was alone. And then I was eating everything by myself, all the problems, all the sadness, because I didn't want to worry my family in Panama. I was like, they don't know, they don't need to know anything that is happening to me because they're going to be, scared, they're going to be worried. So I will, manage by myself through many years. But then I just broke up and I said, no, I need help. I need help from people that they are there and I was not watching them. I was not paying attention to them. And when I had this big crash in my life, it was there were people helping me. And I understood that I cannot go alone. I need help. And I need to accept the love of other people that they get worried. And it's normal to get worried. It's normal to be afraid or scared that something is going to happen to the one that you love. And they were loving me, and I was not watching that. I was not aware of that. But when you find that, you become a superhero. Superhero in the way, yeah, let's go through this. You put your cape, let's go, let's go. And not let's walk. Sometimes we can fly. But with the help of these people that are raising and helping to raise you. And that loneliness of I can do everything by myself now is, yes, I will do things by myself, but I can receive the help of people. So fear is part of the process, but you need to be clear that you can pass through that. You can keep walking forward.
That's the thing, right? Like having the courage to take those steps, which is super, super scary at times. And I know there are so many people listening and in watching what you do and saying that it sounds so nice. I really want to be part of something bigger. I need help. But there is a fear of stepping into this healing part. How do we find the Embrace tribe, and what can you say to people that are thinking like, maybe this is for me, maybe not? Like what can I do? What can I do to see if this journey is for me?
Uh, uh, I have a statement in my life that I will not like to regret of something that I have not do or I have done, or I don't want to regret about something that I need to try to do. If it goes good, nice. If it goes not good, I will learn to do it in a different way. So if these people that they want to have this approach of healers and to learn more will give me the opportunity for them to try with me, I will try to give them the tools. Maybe will last 1 month, maybe 1 year, but at least try, no? And we will give information to be more aware of themselves so they can apply this to more people. But to try, but not just with me. If they feel it, to work with some other people that is also bringing this awareness, try with other people. Try to look for to become not material, but to become like a very nice rooted energy also with some other people. You are curious about doing something, about bringing something into the scene, about expressing in a different way. If you find someone that will help you to do that, go on. If you want to come to the Embrace Tribe, come. If you want to go with you in the podcast and learn more in your podcast, go on. If they need to move from one country to another, try to do it. Nothing is impossible. The impossible is in your head, because you need to try, and you will see that it can be possible. It's not going to be easy, but it's possible.
I
Wow,
love
that's the really
that.
powerful words. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I know that there's more information about the Embrace Tribe. Which website? We're gonna obviously link it in the description below, but how can people like, okay, I've been listening to this podcast, I feel like this is for me. Where can they sign up? Where can they get in contact with you?
We started with the project M Keys because of the embrace. So we call it M Keys. M also comes from many of the things, movement, motion, because people is like, those three sticks, if for what? I'm like, nah, you remember the three sticks, right? So it's an M. It's like, it doesn't look like an M. I'm like, yeah, but you remember it. So, oh, it's mainly for embracement.
I
It's like,
love it.
oh, but also it's good for musicality. I'm like, if you feel musicality with M keys, go with musicality. Oh, but also the individual awareness of the body control and movement is good. So we start first with this project, and M keys, we have our methodology. So because of M keys, then we create some other projects, but this Embrace Tribe is one of them. So you can find it in mkeys.dance, and you will find there the link to the Embrace Tribe. Or you can put
Nice.
mkeys.dance/tribe, and you also will find it there. But
And
mainly
when you're
Nice.
saying M, it's literally the letter M.
the letter M. Yeah,
Yeah.
the letter M. Yes.
Nice.
Thank
Nice,
you.
nice, nice.
Amazing.
Yeah, guys,
Wow.
I think it's time to move that soul a little bit. Have you ever heard about teasers, or have you ever played even Move That Soul? No?
Not yet. I don't
No,
think he
not
Not
has,
not
yet.
yet.
no.
Yeah, yeah.
Fantastic. So let me just explain real quick to what it is. So Teaser have actually developed the world's first card game for dancers. That
Wow.
has, it consists of two parts. So one is the move cards. So there are, each of the two parts have 70 different cards. So the move cards, you take a move card and you can play it with yourself, you can play it with your group, you can play it with your dance partner, just to get to know people better or to get to know yourself better. And then you take a move card and maybe it says move like water or move from your heart space. And then one person decides the song, and then that's what we are doing
Wow.
as a unit. And then on
Wait,
the
wait, wait,
other
wait.
end,
Where I can get this?
Oh, no,
there,
no. I will
ooh,
send
oh,
it to
oh.
you. Give me your
You
address and
might,
I'll send it to you.
they might just land in your mailbox in a close future. Might just. And on the
We'll see.
others, on the other part, it's the 70 ask card, and that's what we're going to do right now. So you
Okay.
take, and that is because you know people. Like I know Therese for 15 plus years, but when we're playing this game, which we do every Thursday, I get to know new things about her, things questions I never asked, or yes, stories I never heard of. So this is what we're going to do right now.
Perfect.
And I have found
Teaser,
a perfect question for our guest here.
let's get it.
So certain questions are fun and certain questions are deep, and you get to interpret this one. You can answer it from either a life perspective or a dance perspective, okay?
Okay, cool.
So, Albir, what could life possibly be trying to teach you right now?
Ooh,
That's a good
actually,
question. That's a
yeah,
great question.
actually, don't be scared to keep going with what you feel in your heart. Yeah, I think that still.
I love that. Love that. And I feel like we've been touching
That's an awesome
about that
Ooh,
answer.
the
and
whole
that was the
interview.
first question. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a hard question.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Teaser, I got one
Mhm.
right there for you. It says,
Gotcha.
name one thing you can do right now to improve your reality.
Oof. Okay, so I need to share personally that I've been thinking a lot about abundance lately. I feel like as dancers, it kind of is always something that is there. We're doing what we love. We're not always making a lot of money of it. But I also think that we have personal blockages when it comes to how much do I dare to ask from people? How much value does my things have? And one thing that I want to do right now to improve my life is to let go of old stories regarding money. Old stories regarding money is something I really want to let go of in my life. And I'm attacking it from different angles. I've been actually writing a letter to money. And that was, whoa, like that was,
A money letter. I love
yeah,
it.
yeah. And we
I
had a
love it.
whole discussion where I was like, I have been having trust issues with you, and I am like ready now for to surrender and like when I do things I love, that you will come and pour into me. And it has nothing to do with my financial status. It's a money thing of like, okay, but how do I look at money? Where does my image of money comes from? What stories am I carrying from my parents? What do I want to now share to my daughter? Like it's a whole thing. So one thing that I gonna do to improve my life is to let go of old stories connected to wealth, money, and abundance. Boom.
Give Teaser a round of applause. That is beautiful.
Wow.
She deserves a round of applause for that answer. That is absolutely awesome. I actually took a personal development course around exactly that, and he called that money wounds, which is something that we carry on from a very young age. Very inspiring.
Okay, okay. I love it. Okay, Sebastian, you're up. Can you identify a specific moment, show, or battle that gave you a new appreciation for dance? And what insights did you gain from it?
Oof, what a question.
I
Tell
know.
me, can you ask that question one
Yes.
more time, please?
Can you identify a specific moment, a show, or a battle, perhaps, that gave you a new appreciation for dance? A new appreciation for dance. And what insights did you gain from that?
I clearly remember when I traveled to Norway the first time. I started dancing in Sweden, and then I traveled to Norway in 2009 or 10. And this was the first time I saw music. Because before I had always felt music and I have always heard music. But first time I really saw music, it was a battle when Keskia versus Stu, and they are both part of my dance crew right now. And there was a moment when like there were so many dancers there, small event, but like electric boogaloos were there. And if you know anything about popping, we're talking like Michael Jackson's background dancers. Sorry for the noise in the background, but Michael Jackson's background dancers, choreographers are there, the best of the best when it comes to DJs. And this was the first time when I really, and I'll never forget this solo. It's Keskia, and he's dancing to a song called Boom by a DJ called Uli, a Finnish DJ, I believe it is. And until today, when I see it, it's like, but he's controlling the music. When he stops, the music stops. Like he decides. So if he decides to stop right now, the music decides to stop. If he waves, the music and is doing what he's telling the music to do. And that was the first time I really saw music, and I'm like, wow, this is it. Like I want to do waves. I want to do that magic that I saw and that magic that I felt is, I gotta say, probably one of the main reason I, until today, like, what is that, 16, 15 years later, I'm still focused on just body waves and doing snake style and liquid. And so I will never forget that. I will never forget that moment.
Hmm.
Wow.
Wow, I love that. It's so interesting because
Uh,
sometimes just watching dance can have such a huge impact on how we
yeah,
view it. It's
yeah,
not to
yeah,
be
yeah.
underestimated how much
No,
people that maybe also are watching you dance can be impacted by that. Sometimes we
you
just
have no idea.
dance
Yeah,
because
you have
we
no
love
idea,
it,
right?
but we have
Yeah,
no idea.
And
I
the
yeah.
way
love that.
you and the way you explained it, I saw it as well.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You
Yeah.
know, like,
Um,
and I think that's the thing, because so many times what we're talking about, like, dance is something that we feel, and dance is some music is something that we hear. It's like, no, I've seen the music, like I have seen the music. You're like, that's it, that's it, that's what it was.
And your eyes are sparkling, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like
It's crazy. It's
I get
crazy.
so I'm so grateful for that moment. And it was a moment. It was a pivotal moment in my life. It was a moment where we traveled with, it was just me, Brian, and I think one or two people more. We traveled to Norway for the first time. We get to sleep at a dance school. A person we don't even know, she just opens up the dance school for us, and we can sleep there. We bring mattresses, and then fast forward a couple of years later, those same people later become part of our crew, and we live with them, and like we create a family. Like such a moment. And yeah, I still have that video on my computer. So whenever it's one of those videos, whenever I need to, like, okay, it's time for me to, I need to get back into my dance, it's like I know where to go. I go right to
Oh
that
my
video.
God, we have to edit in that video so people can see what solo you're
You
Yeah.
talking about.
see if we can find it.
Oh,
Uh,
I
Yeah.
love that.
Guys,
Hey.
we have just played Move That Soul. If you want to move that soul like me, Tis, and Albir are doing right now, you go on movethatsoul.com and you order one of those boxes. And yeah, get to know yourself and get to know people in your close life or proximity even deeper.
Yes, thank you so much. And Albir, send me your address. I will send you a box, and I know you're gonna have a great time with your students and with your friends, with yourself. And yeah, it's just a gift from us to you. Thank you so much for coming on this podcast with us. It's been a pleasure every second of our conversation. We're so excited for you for this journey. We want to follow it very closely, and we're definitely gonna link everything in the description below. Is there anything you want to say out there to the people who's been listening before we end this call?
Uh, Work for your goals. It's worth it. It's worth it. That's it. Yeah. I mean, we are stuck, and we can get stuck, but keep working. It will come. It will come.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And very a big thank you to you both. Very grateful to have this space to talk with you, for the question, for the energy. I mean, we know each other for many years, and I began my journey with you at those years. So thank you for
Yeah.
being part of the journey. Thank you for still being here, and telling me all these beautiful things, all the flowers that you say, Sebastian. I'm very grateful because it's a very powerful motivation for me. As we were saying before, the feedback of the people is a very nice motivation that, okay, this is working. I'm doing good, no? I'm doing, and if I need a humble touch in the way I walk, I will appreciate that as well. I will take it as a way of learning. to keep walking. So thank you very much for this space. Very, very grateful.
Don't forget to click subscribe, comment below, and give us a rating or review. We have a Facebook page, YouTube page, and we are on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and all the other podcast platforms. We also have an Instagram, so don't forget to tag us in your favorite episode and share it with the world, because we read all of it.